Welcome back. I recently had the opportunity to speak with New York Times bestselling author Patricia Cornwell. You'll know her for her Scarpetta series, but she has an all-new novel called Spin. And in order to write this novel, she was able to go to NASA, try out spacewalks, flight simulators, so much more. It was great talking to her about her new book. Let's take a look. Today I have the opportunity to speak with one of the top best-selling authors of all time, Patricia Cornwell, about her all-new novel, Spin, where she gained unprecedented access to the most impenetrable NASA and government facilities for her research. Patricia, thanks for joining us today on Park City Television.
Well, it's so nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's definitely an honor to talk with you, and you're so well known with your many books, but this one is really a bit different. Tell me more about Spin and about how you underwent an intense 2-year research journey that included spacewalk training at NASA facilities, Secret Service Training Center, and piloting lessons at Kennedy Space Center.
And by the way, those piloting lessons at Kennedy Space Center, what we're really talking about is simulators where I got to simulate what it's like to, dock like the Dragon when it's docking at the space station or landing a Dream Chaser space plane. So yes, that was very, very cool. And my whole point was the following. When I showed you the Scarpetta world, I took you into the morgue and the autopsy suite, into crime scenes, and to all sorts of off-limit places that you wouldn't normally get to go. And you're doing it as you walk hand in hand with Scarpetta. I decided with this, I want to do the same thing with not just space, but space technologies, everything that's going on in the modern world, including the cyber threats that we face. And I think a lot of people are familiar with that because we're being hacked even as we speak. We've had one of the worst hacks in the history of our country, if not the worst, right now going on. And this is something we have to worry about. That is why space is important and why crime is not only going to be up there, it already is. And not just cybercrime, there could be other things as we begin to inhabit the moon and Mars and beyond. So what I wanted to do was show you a world that's not easily accessible. I'm going to take you on a rocket ride. You're going to fly a Dream Chaser space plane 22,000 miles above Earth, and you're going to help Captain Chase take out an enemy spacecraft that the evil and notorious Dr. Wrong has deployed so that she can monopolize the universe.
Oh, I can't wait. Tell me a little bit more about the book, specifically the plot, the main character, that made it necessary for you to go on this fun, incredible, unprecedented research journey.
Well, I was asked if I were creating a hero like Scarpetta today, what that might be like. And I started thinking about it, and I said, I think I would go to NASA if I were going to start looking into what modern technologies, because, forensics will be used in space too. Forensic just means any science that you apply to law. And we're going to have crimes and deaths beyond this planet too. And you'll have to figure out how to deal with all of that. So I said, well, go to NASA. I had an opportunity to go to NASA Langley in Hampton, Virginia. This was long ago. The first time I went, I met these identical twin scientists, and that's where I got the idea for having Callie have an identical twin sister, Karma. And together, they have been groomed by their NASA parents since birth, really, to one day be the ultimate modern astronaut defender of this planet and of space. And that's what they're in the process of becoming, because it's not going to be just people who walk on the moon anymore. It's going to be people that are able to protect our assets up there and to deal with those who want to dominate and to overtake us, the same problems we have down here. So they are being trained for all of that. And that's what the story is going to show. And ultimately, it ends with when Callie has to go up to deal with what's happening 22,000 miles above this planet.
Yeah, so Captain Callie races against time to thwart a plot that leaves the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. And you take an in-depth look throughout her experiences and her adventures at emerging tech, like you mentioned, in cyber technology, robotics, forensics, space exploration, and the evolution of law enforcement. You're tackling a lot of subjects here.
Well, but things are moving with the speed of light. And we're having to do this because law enforcement, for example, they have to be able to deal with cybercrime. I mean, this you could have police cars get hacked into, and they have been. Anything that the more computer sensors and computer links or any access that you have, whether it is your Siri or Alexa on your countertop, your camera on your computer screen, your cell phone, all of these are portals that can allow the wrong person to get in and to access information or your bank account or national secrets or codes, that things that could be catastrophic. And so yes, everything is evolving and will have to evolve more because of the technologies we create for good, because they can also be used for harm.
And how is this book similar to some of your other books?
Well, the similarity is always in the style that I tell a story, but most of all, that it's very much rooted in reality. I do research, whether it's forensic research. 6 years I worked in a morgue, or the last 4 years that I've been roaming around, going to NASA places and seeing also a private industry like SpaceX, the rockets they're making, or the Dragon crew capsule, or Sierra Nevada Corporation's Dream Chaser space plane, seeing the test models, learning how they work and what they're for and why we're doing this, so that I can show you a story that is believable and that you learn something from, and have, and it's that I don't feel I've wasted your time. That's the most important thing. Someone's going to sit down and read my book. I don't want them wasting their time. I hope they're going to have fun with it, but I hope it'll make them think about things that maybe they've not thought about before.
Oh, they absolutely will. And what a great escape for right now. Where can we
Yes.
find your book? Where is it available right now?
Just click on Amazon, and that's the best way, the easiest way to get it. And yes, this is a good time for this, because right now it feels a little bit like we're all on a spaceship we can't get off, and we just have to stay alive and well, and we're going to get where we're going. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy the ride with Captain Chase.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. It's been such an honor speaking with you, Patricia Cornwell, about your new novel, Spin. I have to be honest, I'm a little jealous of all of the great research that you're able to do, all of the things that you were able to experience, but I cannot wait to read this book.
Well, some of it you'll do too someday, I have a feeling.